everyone to the Ultimate Summit 2016 presented by Maximize Your Wealth Now. I'm Shirlene, your host, Shirlene Reeves, and I'm here to interview the Empress, Iris Stallworth-Grayling. Did I say that right?
You did, beautifully.
Awesome, wonderful. I love that Empress Iris is with us today, and so let me introduce her on right away. Hi, Iris.
Hi, Shirlene. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be with you.
I am so glad you are. And you know, I'm wondering, like I'm sure our audience is, how in the world did you get the name Empress?
Empress came to me in one of my meditations, and it was the name of my first retreat, Empress Day at the Love Spa. And then I realized that in claiming Empress, I was claiming my sovereignty. I was claiming that I'm in charge of my destiny. And I want and encourage and just love seeing other people claim their sovereignty too. So the title just seems to feel right, and I love seeing people that sense of I am feeling good about myself and I'm making a statement that here I am and I'm in charge. Now,
Well,
it's not over as other people.
it suits you so perfectly, Iris. I love it.
Thank you, Shirlene.
I'm so happy to have you on the show today because I know you have so much insight to give to our watchers out there in our audience. And, you know, I just love what you do. I would love to know, though, why you enjoy working with heartfelt women.
There is something, well, what really lights me up, Shirlene, is to be able to support women who serve from the heart. I'm thinking of women who are visionaries, who have a strong mission, like you, Shirlene. I'm thinking of women who maybe are in a service profession, like a teacher, nurse, or even a female firefighter. Or I'm thinking of women who are taking care of family members. And I love really supporting them and giving them the tools so that they can claim their power.
That's beautiful. And you know, you mentioned taking care of family members. Oh my gosh. I have done that myself for most of my life. And it's gratifying, and then it's not, because it's really hard to know which direction to go in. And you mentioned that you're taking care of family members, and I wondered, do you have that challenge also?
Oh, I do, Shirlene, very much so. I have 3 elderly parents, and my mom, especially right now, needs more help, and she is 89. She lives on the other side of the country. It brings up a lot of feelings of, how do I make the best decisions for her? What's the right thing that's going to really give her the best value in these last years? And right now she's in hospice. It's the last months. So,
you know, I know so many of our audience members are in what we call the sandwich generation. It's so difficult for them because they do have aging parents, and then many of them even have children in college. I just can't even imagine what that would be like, because how are they ever going to be able to survive later in their life when they're trying to put their children through college and take care of their parents? And it really takes an inner strength. Would you agree?
Oh, I totally relate to what you're saying. I actually don't have, kids that I'm raising with, dealing with the other side, but I just know from my experience, and I've had clients who have definitely been in that, what they call the sandwich generation, like you're suggesting. It's challenging to find the balance between being there for others and also being there for yourself, because we know that we are best when we're giving from a place of being nourished.
That's awesome. I agree 100%. But the question is, how do we get nourished? How do we even find time for ourselves, for that balance and that nourishment when we have so much pulling us in different directions? And then on top of it, we may have our own business, or we might have to be at work. There could be any different thing. And I know that you are so good at working with women. What do you suggest that they do in that situation?
What I discovered, and I discovered it a little bit from a hard point of view from in my own life, and also observing all my clients, is that there can be this pull to wait till everyone else is taken care of, or wait till even if a person is an entrepreneur, wait till the business is at the next level. Always wait to be in their joy. And on some levels, it little bit makes sense. Is like, okay, once this happens, then I will, right? Fill in the blank.
Yes.
And it seems like that makes sense because there are sometimes so many tasks that are pulling at you. But what I've discovered, Shirlene, is this secret. Well, it's not a secret sauce. I don't know, think of it as secret sauce. I think of it more as a superpower. It is really our joy. I've really observed that when we're more in our joy, there are so many things that happen. In fact, I was listening to Deepak Chopra, and he has this wonderful thing he said, that joy is the divine quality of our true self, which is lighthearted, playful, and free. And it made me really think, joy is a gift from God. And it's so much more than just fun. And it is fun, which is great, but it's more. There's much more to joy.
And when you say joy, does that mean that we have to run around and be happy all the time? Because I've seen people that try to do that, and it's not very authentic. When you say joy, what does that mean to you?
I'm really glad you asked that, because I know it can be misleading that joy is just, oh, let's be lighthearted and free all the time. Actually, there's an ironic twist to joy. To fully be in your joy, you have to have a willingness to feel all the feelings. So part of being able to utilize your joy is also to feel even feelings like fear and grief, because they're kind of bundled together. That's how we're designed. So if you push down some of them, you dim the light on others. And you don't want to dim the light on your joy, because it's an amazing gift from God. Amazing, Shirlene.
And so I know you're talking a lot about joy, but why is it so important? Where does being in your joy take you?
Joy is a channel that connects you to divine love and guidance. It's our joy that does this. And what could be there is no better GPS system than connecting to the divine and getting support and guidance. Then it's something you always have available. And as you learn more to connect with this, it even grows more. The essence of being connected to spirit, being connected to your connection to God is so enriching, because you can feel, okay, I don't know what the next decision is about my mom. I can ask and get the answers. But if I'm busy rushing around, that will block me from my joy. So I don't have that entree into the guidance. But when I do, it's powerful. And I love helping clients. I wouldn't say helping them, because I don't want to suggest that they don't have it. It's really more supporting and guiding them into what they need to do to clear away anything that's getting in the way of them using their joy as the path to guidance and inner support.
Wow, that's awesome, Iris. That's really awesome. And the reason I say that is I have that intuitive knowing, as you know, and so many people come to me and say, Shirlene, how do you do that? I can't figure out how to get there. And I don't even know if what I'm hearing is real or it's just my mind racing. I don't know how to tap into my inner guidance system. Would you say that that is something that you support others in doing?
Oh, that's so, Shirlene, that's one that comes up often, is that the thinking and the judging part of the mind will get in the way, will actually block the messages from coming through, because is this real? Is this right? It's not happening now. All of these things are actually thinking rather than feeling and receiving. So a lot of the work is to find your particular way that you can enhance that connection to the divine and clear away what I call the joy blocks.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to use an example.
Great.
When I decided, well, I didn't decide. When I got the message that I was supposed to move to San Diego from Northern California in the Concord Martinez area, I just couldn't believe it, because I had to leave my whole community. And I think that one of the hardest things for me is to trust my divine guidance. I had no idea, other than that my grandchildren are here, why I was to move here. But I did it in blind faith. But I'm not sure that everybody would be able to do that. Do you, in your 39 years of practice, what have you found with people who are experiencing that kind of thing, and they hear this nagging thing in the back of their mind that says that they should do something, but then they just ignore it?
The thing that this is similar to what we had talked about earlier, Shirlene, is that nagging part of you that said, well, I don't want to leave my community, or why should I do this? In fact, even asking why, that starts you on a whole thought process. And it's good to be able to analyze, but there is a way you can overthink that will absolutely shut down the wonderful, wonderful guidance and support that is always available to us. So opening the channels, what I suggest is having a daily practice that you set aside a time, and it doesn't have to be a lot of time. It can even be 10 minutes where you are letting yourself be open to receive. It's the receiving, not the analyzing, that is the way the divine speaks to us. The divine speaks to us through feelings, through images, through sometimes even a deep knowing that is far beyond the intellect.
Mhm.
And I do understand that it takes practices to clear away this constant chatter that can get in the way. It actually clogs up the channels.
So how do we go about clearing that away, Empress? How do we begin that? What do we do to get started?
Joy, and it doesn't seem so obvious on the surface, so it takes a little bit of time to really take this in, but once you experience it, you know it has a rightness about it. Joy has 3 frequencies. Kind of like when you're listening to someone sing, there's like the frequency of a soprano or a tenor or a bass. Well, there's the frequency, three sequences of joy. So there's play, there's love, and there's peace. And if you, even though you don't have the complete, that's not so clear that it's going to give you something until you do it. But I'm saying just try this out. Everybody, try this out. Look at your schedule today and add 15 minutes of either play, something that opens your heart, or something that makes you feel that sense of feeling secure and inner peace. Do something like that for 15 minutes and see how different you feel.
Mm. Wow, that's beautiful, Iris. And that's so easy for us to do. And I think that so many of us are sitting on the fence. We don't know which way to go. We're kind of in limbo. We're not trusting our own judgment or that of others either. And so we just sit there and wait, not realizing that that too is doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So when a person's in limbo and they're not sure which way to go, what do you suggest that they should do?
I suggest that there is time set aside to let this magnificent experience that we have when we are receiving divine love and guidance, to slow down and let yourself have time to let it in. So put on the schedule time where maybe you can journal, if that's your mode, do a meditation, or even sitting quietly, praying, sitting quietly and listening to some relaxing music, doing something that takes you out of the ordinary doing mode. Oh my gosh, Shirlene, don't we have a lot of tasks in the doing mode?
Mm-hmm.
So to take the time to let yourself receive the messages, because you are getting messages and directions all the time. It's a matter of opening up the channels so that you can receive. And that's what joy does. That's why it's a superpower that was given to us from God.
See, and so few people know that. When I watch what goes on in our world, we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we have breakfast, we go to work, we get the kids to school, we come home, we watch TV, we eat dinner, we go to bed, we get up in the morning, and we repeat it over and over and over without really thinking. And I know a lot of parents do that because it's just enough to get the kids off to school and get themselves into work after sitting in traffic all morning. But even traffic might be a good way to tap into your joy. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. While you're waiting, for, if you happen to be stuck in, heavy duty traffic, even the everyday moments of joy. There's the everyday moments of joy. Listening to some music that just lights you up. That's either makes you want to dance and move around, or something that makes you feel, oh, I feel relaxed. You're still focused on the road, but you're more that edge, that anxious edge. You take that off. When you clear, again, I keep doing this motion because I keep thinking of it as clearing away so that you are opening up to receiving this magnificent, magnificent gift.
So Iris, tell us a little bit about how you work with people to move them into that inner guidance.
There are times when I'll often notice that people are stuck in running away from feelings that are not comfortable to feel, or they still keep feeding these stories of pain and resentment, or they feel that they don't deserve, for whatever reasons, and it's sad that this happens. Some people feel they don't deserve joy. So I have a system of looking at what keeps you. In fact, my second module of my program, Shirlene, we focus a great deal on what are the ways you think about yourself and self-love. What are the things that you feel you do to love yourself, to treat yourself actually like royalty?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do that, is what's getting in the way? Is it belief? Is it a story? Is it something that needs to shift? So with love, with compassion, which is very important, not judgment, but with compassion, to look at what's blocking these incredible channels and how you can shift into a place of being able to receive.
So Iris, if somebody isn't happy, or like I said a little earlier, they have this nagging thought in the back of their mind that they're just not doing the right thing for what they need in their lives or to support their family, then is your program have a part in how to move them to that transformation and how to actually move into what it is that is in that nagging back of their mind, but then they don't really want to just not have a job. So how do you overcome that struggle between those two places in their lives?
So are you suggesting that they are so caught up in the old patterns that they feel like they just don't have any hope, or they don't have any sense that they can move to the next level? Is that what you're suggesting?
I think you rephrased that beautifully.
Well, the first thing is I talk about the different laws. There's universal laws. There's the secret talks a lot about the law of attraction, and that's one of the laws, and that's helpful, but it's not the full picture. There's also the laws of expectancy, the laws of belief, the laws of worthiness. All of these are important to notice if you're run by some of these beliefs that are getting in the way for you accessing what's already there. It can be, and I don't want to minimize this, but it can be as simple once there's a willingness to go, oh, I'm expecting that I'm only going to get 20% of what goodies there are in life.
Mm.
And it doesn't take major amounts of therapy or major amounts of time to look at why you're there. It's what will it feel like if you could open up that thoughts, open up that pattern, open up those beliefs, because around that, there's certain habits, there's certain thought patterns that keep cycling over and over again in their minds. There's an energetic way that they're holding. I don't deserve to give myself lots of joyous experiences. Life's too hard, or I have to work too hard. I have to take care of this and this and this. I don't have time. I don't have time. So starting from a place of lovingly observing where you are. And it has to come from a place of compassionately observing, so that you're not getting the judgment laid on top of whatever is getting in the way. And once you discover that, I've seen this with clients over and over again, Shirlene, and my program, we have very, very, very specific tools that will help you move through that.
That sounds absolutely beautiful. And I know I'd love it if you tell me a little bit more about your program and how that works for our viewing audience.
Mm-hmm. Well, my program is an online program where you can, access it at any time. I have content calls that talk about the theories and why joy is so important and the elements of joy. We dive more deeply than what I've shared today, Shirlene. And they have ways where they can over and over again think about, how am I thinking how much I deserve to be in joy? Is it just out of 1 to 10, I deserve 6? So looking at that really helps them. What also is helpful is for them to have, I believe that what really integrates concepts and makes it not just be theory, but changes, is to have different ways of modalities of taking in information. So I have a what I call an integrative video, which we talk about some movements that might be energetic movements, qigong, and other movements where they can actually integrate on a deep level the shifts. So it doesn't just happen one time. It's deeply integrated. Some of what I suggest also is that they have daily words that they say that represent their vision of living a life of joy, living a life of love, living a life of vitality, where they are so tuned in to this wonderful divine support and guidance. And as they say that, they're looking at what they've written. They're also saying it out loud, so they're hearing themselves say it. Then there are some integrative movements that go along with it. So that really makes it go in deeply.
Mm. So this sounds like it has an awful lot of content. And tell me about the pricing and how that works so that our audience can be ready.
Well, because I get so lit up, as you can see, I'm very excited. I get so lit up about sharing this wonderful superpower of joy with other people. I've made it affordable, and it's $97 investment. And you get to really take in this material over and over again. There are replays. There's a Q&A section with it so that you can actually ask questions that are personal to you and your situation. I also have a bonus. I have a bonus with this as well, Shirlene.
Tell me, I love bonuses.
I do too. Oh, I love when I get a bonus. So it's a monthly call. It's a monthly coaching call. It's a monthly group coaching call where you can actually have some time where you can talk about where you are in the process. What are your blocks to joy? And what are the things that you want support in to tap more full joy?
So when you say, did you call it a coaching call? Does that mean it's with you or with somebody else?
It's with me. It's
with you. That's awesome.
Yes, it's with me.
You know, because so many people have programs, but they don't do anything with their people. They just kind of disappear and let the internet do it all, or they let their support people do it. And yes, they've trained those coaches, but we never get to be with the real person that developed the program. And sometimes it's so much faster to break through a transition when you're with that real person. And that's awesome that you're doing the coaching.
Oh, Shirlene, I couldn't imagine. It totally lights me up and makes me so excited to really witness my wonderful, wonderful community of women who are serving from the heart, feeling they are being served, they are being supported. And so I want to be a part of that right there with him. So
in your program, do you teach us how to touch our inner guidance? And then I didn't hear what the bonus was. Did you say it and I missed it?
Yes, thank you. Let me clarify. Maybe I said it, but I didn't say it so that you heard it well. I have a monthly coaching call where you're going to be able, and this is for the next 6 months.
6 months. I didn't hear that at all. That's amazing.
That part. Oh, I left the goodie out. Yes, it's for 6 months, and it's once a month you can ask me for any kind of support that you need on any part of this, whatever is getting in the way of you not getting this incredible gift of divine support and guidance.
Wow, Empress, you have just been amazing today. I just have chills. I got so much insight from you. And I hope our audience has as well, because you gave us insights that we could actually go and do today. I could just see myself, that thing about the breathing and doing it in traffic is an awesome idea. Mm-hmm. Even the music, I love the idea of dancing around in the car. And sometimes I do that and it feels so good. And I get so many looks from other people, but I don't really care because it makes me feel good.
That's what it's all about.
Yes. Well, I just want to thank you so much. And how can we find you, Iris? We have your website on your lower third there and on your banner. And if we go to your website, will we be able to access your program?
I also have a free gift. So if you go to my website, which is joylovepower.com, you also will be able to get a free gift. And I have all my programs. You can see what really speaks to you. And I would love to really support you to use your joy as a way to connect to divine love and guidance.
And if you want to go directly to my website at Maximize Your Wealth Now and click the Summit button, you will also be able to access the Empress there. And that link will take you right to her website and you can access her program. So I just want to thank all of you for being with us today. And thank you too, Empress. It's just been a pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, me too. Thank you for this wonderful chance to connect to some wonderful people out there. Thank you, Shirlene.
You're welcome. And thank you, viewers, for watching us today. And we really look forward to having you back for another summit segment. And go ahead and go to my website at maximizeyourwealthnow.com and click the summit button, and you will find the Empress there. And then you can just easily click on that and access her program. You're going to love it. If you have been looking for a way to work with your divine inner guidance, and I know so many people are asking that question, you want to work with Empress Iris, because she will definitely show you the way. Thanks so much for joining us. See you on the next segment.